Malcolm Marshall, Andy Roberts, Big Joel Garner, and Michael Holding, the meanest, baddest, most dangerous bowlers to ever play cricket, taking on one of the modern day great Steven Smith. Can he survive? Let's watch. So Steven Smith coming out to bat to face his biggest challenge. It's the West Indies pace quartet, and Australia 134 for 2, but this is Steve Smith versus the most dangerous bowlers to ever play cricket. And we have Malcolm Marshall right now, and he's already bowling quick and pushing Smith on the back foot. And once again, really careful here, Smith. He's already taken a wicket this over. Look at that. Once again, fantastic pace and bounce, and too late on that shot. He knows it. It's a full delivery, another defense. And we have Andy Roberts now from the other end. Relentless attack. We have two more fantastic pacers to come. And let's see how Steven Smith is going to handle this for pace, bounce, everything, and once again hitting the body of Smith there. Look at that aggression. And that's too wide for Smith to play. And those are the first runs here for Steven Smith. Might come back for 2. Oh, satisfied with single. Strange running there. Maybe he doesn't want the strike. Coming wide of the wicket. Andy Roberts. Oh, that's unfortunate for the bowler. Good pace and bounce once again. Smith going for the pull. Getting an under edge because it's too late to that shot once again. The pace is clearly troubling Smith, but it's still there. And a great comeback. A typical West Indian comeback there. Smith now batting on 15 balls. Andy Robo, that is a bit wavered, but you can see the anger, the pace, the frustration from Andy Roberts there. So full delivery and just coming back in. Could have put that one away, but Smith is in a defensive mindset. Oh, they are just banging it in one after the other, the Windies pacers. That's a good shot. Yes, he'll find some runs here. It's nicely done. Yes, come back for 2. Lost another wicket, Australia at the other end. Roberts to continue, and no need to play at that one. It's nothing much on the fuller side from West Indies. As expected, it's a short or just back of the length, and once again another bouncer. Mean fast bowling this. Finally a bit full now, and Smith quickly latches onto that one. Not go to the boundary, but will find a couple of runs. Moves to 9. Hard-working innings this already. And we have Richards surprisingly into the attack, but you can't really sleep on Richards. He is not a part-timer. He has an excellent record as a bowler as well in international cricket, if you check it out. And look at that, beating Smith straight away. Oh, that's wide, and Smith will drive that through the point for a couple of runs here. Australia 171 for 3 now. Oh, the big bird, Joel Garner is here. This is going to be interesting. Huge guy, tall guy, and look at that. Just a defense, the ball just flies to the boundary. He knows it. That was a terrific delivery. Smith in all sorts of trouble there. Just a defense taking the inside edge and flying to the boundary. Oh, look at that. He is angry. Joel Garner, ferocious. And another one, peach after peach here from Joel Garner. And that's the reason why he's known as the Big Bird. That's nicely flicked. That is his strength, Steven Smith. That area, anything on around the off stump, middle stump, he'll just flick you through there all day. And a good shot there from Richards, was maybe just a bit outside. Nathan Menon says no. Oh, once again, great delivery. Richards bowling really well as well here. We'll find a single here. Steve Smith will keep the strike for the next over to face the barrage from the fast bowlers. Oh, look at that. He is troubling Steven Smith. There is no doubt about that. And once again, this time coming back in, hitting the body. Steven Smith having no answer for Joel Garner. And this time, control pull shot. And luckily, we'll get to the other side. Smith looking a bit better, but is still struggling. Still struggling, clearly struggling against the pace and bounce of this attack. And once again that length, unplayable length, and this time inside edge to the boundary. The luck is certainly with Smith today. And we have the fourth wheel of this attack. Michael Holding now into action. That's a bad shot. He thought he could drive that one off the back foot, but the bounce is a bit too much. So we are now already seen all these magnificent four paces on display. And Michael Holding just now bowling to Smith. First over to Smith. Let's see how he goes. Smith, it's been a trouble stay so far, but he is still out there. That is his strength. Immense determination this guy has. Richards, I have a feeling they are going to take off Richards soon because the paces are troubling Smith, so it's going to be an all-pace attack soon. He's bowled well, Richards, but has leaked a bit of runs and hasn't picked up a wicket. It's time for an all-pace attack now, I reckon. And Michael Holding to continue from the other end, and once again a bounce, troubling, hitting him on the gloves. Look at that. Thought it was an easy flick, but not. Smith now batting on 30. Has faced 68 deliveries so far, and that's a full delivery. And that is meat and drink for Steven Smith. Another couple of runs. Holding to continue, and Smith going for a booming drive. Loose shot, rare loose shot from Smith. That foolish delivery, and yes, he's back to his best. That flick towards square leg, and he'll come back for two more. Moves to 34 now. And that's lunch. Yes, Australia 226 for 3 in reply to West Indies, who were bundled out for 150. The big four bowlers that we are concentrating on. Roberts picking up a wicket, and Marshall to pick up the bowlers. Garner and Holding still to pick up wickets, but they are bowling well here, and Smith is getting troubled. So back after the break, we have Holding to continue, and Smith dead batting it. Oh, he goes for a pull once again. The bounce troubling Steven Smith, but he will get a boundary. He is not happy. Look at that face. And rightly so. That is another lucky escape for Steven Smith. And look at that. This is so typical of West Indies. They just come back after getting hit for a boundary. Just hit the batsman on the body. Typical West Indian bowling behavior. Clearly upset there, Michael Holding. That's a nice drive, full one. Holding just bowling it a bit full, and finally Steven Smith gets a dominating boundary there after a long time. He's been getting edges and edges, but this one a beautiful cover drive. Oh, he's dropped him. That's the skipper, Clive Lloyd. That is a tremendous delivery. You can't really play that one, and look at that. I can't really blame the fielder as well, Clive Lloyd there. It went at extreme pace. In fact, it did not even touch the hand. Went right through. Oh, beautiful stuff. This is exciting. Tremendous bowling from the windy spaces here. And this one a full toss. And catches dropping. Edges falling short. Going to the boundary. Steven Smith has been really lucky here, and that's a great leave. On the stumps, that one. Smith still out there on 48. This could be one of the weirdest half century for Steven Smith. Not at his best, but still there. The grit and determination from Smith, making sure that he gets a score. He's dropped another one. That's another drop. Second drop. This is really disappointing from the fielders, and the bowlers have all the right to be angry this time. Oh, in fact, it hit the head of Clive Lloyd. This is amazing stuff. And that is 50. Yes, quick single. 50 for Steven Smith. And what a player. He has not been at his best, but he still finds a way to manage his innings and get to 50. And once again, can't really say anything now. It's another pull and another top edge, another boundary, this time big bird. Joel Garner the one to suffer. So Smith now batting on 54 from 94 deliveries, and that's better, leaving that length. Look at the bounce, look at the bounce. Unplayable stuff, really. Full one. Smith on 58, and that's nicely done. In fact, yes, in the gap. So 2 more runs here for Steven Smith, takes him to 60. How much more can he add here? Clearly not at his best. Cuts it, maybe looking to score a bit more freely here, Steven Smith, after his 50. Playing a bit more shots. Andy Roberts back. Cuts it. Oh, it's gone. Clive Lloyd. He has done it. He has dropped a couple, but this time he flies to his right, low down to the right, in fact, and plucks it out almost from the ground. And Steven Smith a bit loose, going for another boundary shot, and he is happy. And finally comes to an end the innings of the modern day great Steven Smith. Goes for 61.